Right, today we're in Henley Street, right in the heart of Alcester, to look at this really interesting Grade 2 listed cottage with a burgage plot at the back, and I'll explain that to you when we go inside. There are all sorts of features here that reflect back to the original character of the property. This door here is a right-of-way with next door through to their garden. But again, I'll explain that to you as we go back. So this, I guess, is the front door proper. And we're into a beautiful sitting room. As you can see, lots and lots of exposed timbers. Fireplace with a Morso log burner. Secondary glazing due to the Grade 2 listing. And I'll just refer you to this. This is an exposed crook, which is evident in various parts of the house and is a really super feature. But before we move on from here, I'm going to take you downstairs and show you the cellar, which is a really interesting room. And they've used it as a bar. And how great is that? So you've got a room here that is incredibly useful. Again, lots of exposed local stone and timbers again. The heating comes down here as well, so if you wanted to use it more as an office or a cinema room, I've seen them used as, there's certainly plenty of room. So we'll go back up and I'll show you the kitchen. There's gas central heating. The kitchen is obviously an extension at some point in the past with a part vaulted ceiling. Plenty of room in here for a table. So quite a generous room. A couple of Velux windows up there dropping in extra light. I'm going to take you upstairs before we go outside because the garden is quite extensive. So first thing that struck me was the stairs are quite wide for a cottage. Very often you get these really narrow stairs. There are 2 bedrooms on this level. There's that crook again, look. This one being the other one. You can walk to the high street in here in literally a couple of minutes, so access to amenities could be no better. They've taken the bathroom out and created this wet room. But if you really want a bath, you could certainly put one back in. And then at the top of the property, we've got what I think most people would use as the master. It's a really good sized room. Again, with a couple of big Veluxes, vaulted ceiling, a really generous room. Now, as we walk back down through the building itself, I'll give my reflection there. In medieval times, very often properties of this nature had what was called a burgage plot, which was an area of land that was allocated very often by the local lord of the manor for them to keep animals, grow vegetables, which they traded amongst themselves and with a wider public. And as you can see, got this beautiful stone terrace. That's the other end of that right away, which goes through to a gate at the top there for the neighbours. And the garden is stunning. All sorts of mature shrubs, trees, flowers, soft fruits. And it doesn't hurt looking at it on a day like today, of course. So we've got the summer house here. Before we go down, I'll just swing around and show you the rear elevation there. And then you've got Couple of sheds, log store. Now at this point there's a right of way there which you could fence off if you wanted to, for the neighbours to get down to the rear. We've then got a whole bunch of cider apple trees and Bramley apples here in the orchard. It's all walled on this side, which I think is a lovely feature. And then the property owns this drive. There's right of way for a neighbour to get to their garage over here on the right. As you can see, quite extensive parking, which ends up in this long garage here on the right, with a red car parked in front of it. You can see the gate at the bottom that goes right down to the lane at the back. So that's 21 Henley Street. Lots to think about. An incredibly interesting house with lots of outside space, and quite critically in Alcester, lots of parking. Come and see what you think.